What up, guys? This is my Reliquary lethal run. Right here, at the start, it is me and a Vanguard and a bot sniper, who just goes down, by the way. We had a pretty reckless beginning. Right here, we're kind of taking on a whole bunch of chaos right on the pathway there. It's kind of cramped, so naturally there can be a lot of damage that we could take there. Right there, I definitely should have parried that Terminator, but I think I got caught by that little mob. Boom, parry. Boom, gunstrike. Terminators are really fun to fight as a bulwark because of the parries. You just have to be careful of the missiles, obviously. We're going to be talking about Terminators probably quite a bit this video, because this operation continuously just spawns very dangerous enemies, like the Sorcerer and the Terminator. Now here we get a heavy, which is nice because that bot sniper would have been rough. That would have been a rough run. And I'll just say right now, this heavy could have just saved our run. So the heavy is definitely using the multi-melta there, which is nice. And here I'm going to show him that I know what I'm doing as bulwark. Drop the banner. Heal him up a little bit. I say thank you for, understanding. And yeah, here's another Terminator fight, just blocking him. The early part of Reliquary honestly isn't that bad. It's just when you start doing the servo-skull stuff, you can get a lot of these enemies spawned in. And yeah, right here on the stairway, it was actually a little bit awkward to kind of fight them, at least kind of awkward to deal with the missiles. But those gun strikes, man, those are super satisfying. However, I wasn't too worried. I knew he was going to go down, and as long as I have my banner, I can get my health back, So even though I'm at half HP here, I'm really not too worried about it. And I've gotten so much better using the banner just through this operation. It is insane. Generally, I became a lot better as a player through this operation. See, there's a banner. My teammates also aware enough to not jump in on that execution. Very important. This is a team of 3 players who know what they're doing, at least with their class. Now, here's a tough fight. We got a couple chaos spawn. I keep overextending myself for these melee attacks, and he keeps catching me with the fire wheel there. But again, I'm really not too worried about playing too aggressive because of the banner. Boom, I got myself and the heavy there in the banner healing, which is nice. And also, luckily, the heavy was putting in a lot of damage. And here is another fight where we take on a Terminator and a Sorcerer. You'll seriously fight this duo the entire time throughout this operation. So never get too happy about taking one out because they're just going to spawn again. You need to understand pretty much all their movesets. Even, at least if you're not a bulwark where you have a banner to clean it up. I was going to execute that guy, but I thought someone else can do it. Unfortunately, I do not have a banner here. But I just wanted to make sure I put some pressure on the Sorcerer to see, exactly what we're doing here, how we're all focusing it, and then I go away for whatever reason. Pretty sure the Sorcerer was dead there anyway. But yeah, focusing down the Sorcerer in this operation is extremely important. Very, very important. And and there's going to be an example later of why it's so important. But here is I was actually getting a little bit worried here with this mob because a big mob is just, dude, the chaos mobs are super dangerous. But I did drop the banner, I healed the Vanguard, I got a counter here, healed myself, which is really nice, because that counter was very, very clutch. I didn't have an execution there, all I had was melee attacks to try to heal, so luckily one of them tried to jump at me. And those were the perks we were using, just in case you want to check out those. Terminator, parry, absolutely destroyed, especially with the multi-melta. Another Terminator here. I think we try to focus him, but I think we're getting attacked by all angles. We definitely should have stayed focusing that Terminator, though. And here I get baited on a parry. I honestly should have just kept attacking him. Parry, boom. Nice. Banner. Heal. Perfect. If you're playing Bulwark on this operation, make sure you're using fencing. Make sure you level up to at least 24 so you can get the contested health perk. And unfortunately, our Vanguard goes down here. And I can't blame him. This whole fight here is just such a pain if you're not healing consistently. I'm not too sure what this Vanguard setup was, but they had a pretty good game awareness. I'm going to point out a couple plays that my teammates made that just made this operation just super super clean and easy to run. I don't know about clean, but they really helped out with a couple big plays here, especially in the beginning when you see that they actually just let me execute people. That's really good because, you know, they could steal my executions there and then I wouldn't have any healing and then we're out of luck there. And here's an example of melee needing a buff. I definitely got hit there, which was rough. But here, see, then our heavy went down. This was probably, as far as mobbing, this was probably the toughest fight we had as a team. Here, I try to just, you know, give us a little bit of positioning to try to get to the heavy. Nice counter. If I was expecting it, I could have dropped my banner to heal. But also keep an eye on my Vanguard. He's also getting low. So I need a huge banner here. But we have the resources. We have the chaos waiting. I saw the execution there. Banner. Perfect. See, like, the banner is super important, and you can already tell why, just for survivability. There, I'm whiffing some, I'm whiffing some melee attacks because of how crazy the tracking is in this game sometimes. See, I didn't play perfectly throughout this operation, but I did my job as a class. I played my banner correctly, and I parried, you know, some Terminators here and there. But okay, here's the start of the push, and it starts off really rough. I have 2 teammates in mortal wound. I'm low. I get some nice, you know, counters there, which helps. But I then see this entire mob go through the door there. I see the snipers. It was just, you know, I was not having fun there. So I definitely wanted to pop that heal. Also, our heavy apparently popped the heal as well and got rid of their mortal wound. Maybe he was near me. I'm not too sure. I just noticed that because that kind of saved our game right there. Big parry. I did lose some health there, which is unfortunate, but yeah, I'm just getting swarmed by enemies here. This area of the operation, it is not uncommon to separate from your teammates, and that can be very, very frustrating. That can kill your run here, because as you see, our heavy just went down to the flame breath attacks, and now I'm in a room with a sorcerer. I have not a lot of 1v1 experience with sorcerers, at least without grenades, and here I have no grenades. Luckily, see, our heavy went down, our Vanguard picked him up, and then our Vanguard goes down. And then I'm stuck here with dude, this is such a bad spot to be in. Like, seriously. Banner, hopefully they jump, get a heal from the counter. Very lucky there. Unfortunately, the sorcerer starts teleporting around. And I go for the Neo-Volkite attacks here. The Neo-Volkite really is only useful at the boss fight for me. I go to try to focus him down, and our heavy starts to book it. Now, this could kill runs. And in fact, I do believe the fact that I go with our heavy here just does a lot of... It puts the enemies behind me, which is rough. But we still make it out of it, to be honest. I greedily, those were greed pickups. I go halfway down, yeah, my health goes halfway down. That's not good. I try to just ease up on the mobs a bit because look how, I'm just getting absolutely swarmed here. Remember, our heavy just booked it, so I'm alone here. And as rushed as the heavy was there, he probably could have came back and helped me out a little bit. He cleans this up in the end. He does end up cleaning this up. And keep in mind, there's still a sorcerer. So I'm getting chip damage after chip damage, trying to hold off at least the full mob, and it's just not going well. My banner isn't back, the Vanguard's not here, so I'm not getting any cooldown. I have these 2 grenades, and look at my health. And sorcerer spawn. This was insane, dude. I do get the parry there, I get armor. I have no idea how to deal with this attack. Like, I wanted to go in there for some melee attacks because I wanted to bait out a parry. But I was getting chip damage from all over the place, and I just knew I wasn't going to make it out alive here. So I threw the grenade, tried to do as much damage to the sorcerer as I can. I probably did the most damage to him because I did take off the 3 shields he had. And here's our heavy. He needs to clean up the rushed pacing he just put me through. There was not a lot I could have done, man. I was getting shot by long range. Like, he was in a lucky position when it comes to rushing through this. But we are all lucky as a team because A, this guy is aware enough to have the multi-melta here. B, he is playing his class perfectly. You know, he's getting very aggressive multi-melta shots in. And he's finishing them off with great execution, so he has his armor back. And luckily, I was taking out this sorcerer quite a bit. I was hitting him with some damage. So the next time we see that heavy, the sorcerer's dead. Boom. Which is really nice. He probably just multi-melted and then executed him. As long as that sorcerer doesn't have any shields up, we're good. So now he's waiting for the Vanguard. And the Vanguard is obviously going to spawn in with about 25% health, maybe about 30%, something like that. Right here, they easily could have made the decision to jump in this boss fight and throw the run, essentially. Because it would be a 2-man boss fight when we could have a 3-man boss fight. And this is where I forgive the heavy for rushing through that fire part. And at least we got through it, right? Right here.
He spawns back before we proceed.
He says, let's wait until he spawns back. And he's talking about me. So they legit sit here and wait for 4 minutes for me to spawn back. Let me know if you ever see that in your runs. Let me know how lucky I got to have teammates here who at least one, like the heavy seriously just saves a run there. All he had to do was just say, yeah, let's just wait for him to come back. And now we have a full team for this boss fight. I have Banner. I can heal off of that. I played this boss fight okay, but you'll see something that works in our favor. So first off, we know how to do this boss fight, which is nice. Chaos, we've been fighting them pretty well throughout the level. Right there was my first mistake for this boss fight. I should have dropped my Banner. But I was just trying to rush through these executions so fast. At least, you know what? At least I did it for our Vanguard. But I was trying to rush through those executions so fast because I wanted to get to the point where we press buttons for the boss fight. However, because I wasn't thinking accurately, I would say, I should drop the Banner down. At least I healed the Vanguard, but dude, look at this. I'm at 1. I'm at 1 now. This is a super rough start just because, oh yeah, here's the grenades. And yeah, I just chucked them all at the sorcerer to try to get him down. Yeah, I got all the shields down, which is nice. But still, I really should have healed myself there. Luckily, the Neo-Volkite kept me alive there. And I knew he was close. I got the execution, which is nice. Saves me from the fire breath. And now we have an enemy spawn, which is super rough. We didn't get any damage into the Helldrake yet. I'm looking for, yep, Medicase staminas, or stims. I don't know why I keep reading them saying stamina. But I got the stims there, which is nice. So I know at the very least I have a stim if my armor goes away, but I could get one shot because my health is so low. And right there, super edgy, dude. I was about to die there because of the fire. So unfortunately, I kind of waste my stims. Even though I gotta say, waiting for the Banner was gonna be a while anyway. And my teammate ended up getting some damage into the Helldrake there, so they don't 100% need me for pure DPS, but that's pretty much the best we can do for DPS when it comes to the Helldrake boss's health pool. And yeah, we started this boss fight off pretty sloppy. I missed the Banner for myself. I did hit my teammate. The teammate right now is the Vanguard, who is kind of low, but also look at our Heavy. Our Heavy is at 1. I'm at 1, our Heavy's at 1, and our Vanguard's low. We needed a crazy amount of luck here. But luckily, we did have a good team when it comes to pointing out these, you know, the symbols and interacting with them to get the right codes in, or however it works. I'm pretty sure you can just press any, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm pretty sure it goes from top to bottom, like left to right, right? But okay, so here's the Neo-Volkite pistol, getting some chip damage in, and no mobs. We have no mobs right here. I feel like this is the game directory, the game director, or whatever. They knew how many times I jumped in Reliquary. This is probably like my 17th, 16th time. This is a good team. I knew it. I knew if like we lost here, I'm not too sure how close I'd be able to get. I still have the Banner, so I can get my contested health back if I absolutely needed to. And here we're kind of just jumping around looking for symbols and such. I was looking for mobs, and I'm questioning why we're not getting any spawns. And yeah, genuinely think the game director kind of, you know, just let us have this. They were like, dude, you guys almost died so many times. The fact that you're still alive, you know what? Halfway through the Helldrake boss, no mobs, no mobs. Just finish off the hell drake. I'm still genuinely surprised at this. Let me know in the comments if you've ever seen this boss never spawn mobs for this long. We did do a great job at taking out Chaos. We made a few mistakes, and you can see that on our health pool right now. We are at 1. If we made one more mistake, this run's gone. Like, it's absolutely insane how close this run ended up being. And I gotta say, I really enjoy having the heavy on the team. He was very tanky. I enjoyed having the Vanguard. They were fast, and inner fire helped for most of the operation. But yeah, when the Vanguard went down, we were kind of in a tough spot. So I don't know. Do with that information as you will. I still think Vanguards are good, but yeah, if they're down, then it's like our entire strategy's gone. So that's kind of rough. And yeah, if you hear those beeps, they just spawned in. And I knew this was the only chance we had, so I just went all in. I wasn't even gonna look around. I was like, dude, we have to finish them all. Dude, I was so happy I finally got it done. Holy cow. I'm gonna put the screenshot as the helmet, I believe. But yeah, that was a tough run.